Hey, Ray Martin here for Church of the Ascension Family Life. You know, our homes are these magical little culture breeding environments. Now, I'm not just referring to bacteria, because with 6 kids and 2 dogs, my house is just crawling with nastiness. But that's not what I'm referring to. Today we're going to talk about microchurches. So there was this national study of youth and religion that started back in the 90s, and I've been watching a video recently by Christian Smith and Justin Bartkus, who conducted the research and interviews, and they describe how household members process pieces of moral lessons and media and faith, and they form a little microculture that shapes the future of the children that are raised there in that home. The family then in turn brings their culture out into the community where they become an influence of the culture that's there. So good or bad, our homes are these little culture shaping factories. This is why the Vatican II Council coined the phrase domestic church in reference to our homes. They said that parents should be the examples and first teachers of the faith to their kids, encouraging them to discover their vocation or calling in life. Now, we're used to hearing people say that God has a plan for us. And it's in the home where we really learn how to discern what that mission is. There's a beautiful quote by Pope Francis on our day-to-day faith life that I'd like to read. He said, "It is important to have a daily relationship with God, to listen to Him in silence before the tabernacle and deep within ourselves, to speak with Him, to draw near to the sacraments. Having this familiar relationship with the Lord is like keeping the window of our lives open, so that He can make us hear His voice and hear what He wants us to do." So it's not really realistic to think that we can develop this relationship with God on a daily basis at church. It's got to be percolating at home too. So what's really the goal then of Catholic parenting? Many would say it's helping our kids and spouses become saints, which is fine, but what does that really look like? I'm finding that it's up to us as parents to help teach our kids how to hear God's voice and to discern what He wants them to do with their life, which then results in their path to sainthood. So how do we do that? The Vatican II Council said that we need to have a vocational approach to life. So that's going to look a lot different and countercultural than most of our neighbors. It requires being authentic in hearing God's voice and being open to the things that will present themselves to us when we follow God's will. Frankly, it means that we as parents have to show our children a faith life where love and grace is the foundation that's going to satisfy the desire of their hearts. And that will cause people in our lives to notice that there's something different about us, something meaningful, something joyful. And in doing that, I believe our families can change the world. So what does success look like? We will be able to look back and know that we did it right when our kids recognize that being a devoted disciple of Jesus as a Catholic is meaningful and even necessary to living a life of joy and fulfillment. Now, that study that I mentioned stated that parents are the most dominant influencers in the culture of a household. That magical little mini culture developing organism. They said whatever level of faith the parents have forms this like glass ceiling, and the children of that home usually don't go beyond that level of commitment in their own faith life. So we at Ascension are here to help you be successful in your mission of raising future saints who know God's voice and follow His direction for their life. But you have to be the director. You have to be the one that says, we're going to Mass this weekend, or we're going to this Mass this weekend because we have this going on at this time. Or how about, I want to drop you off at youth group tonight, and I'd love to visit with you afterwards and hear what you thought about it. Nothing that we do at the parish matters without your endorsement. So here's what we're doing at the Family Life office to help equip you to be successful. We're studying resources on parenting and marriage to share with you. We understand the craziness of daily life, but we're also highly aware of the efficient ways that we can receive and share information like this. So all that we need for you to do is plug in with us. Subscribe to our KC Ascension YouTube channel. You can follow us on Facebook or Twitter, and you'll find these videos that we're going to be posting. We will recap the information that we're sharing in a blog post on kcascension.org and in our weekly bulletin that you can pick up after Mass on the weekends. Please share this stuff. Share it with your friends online. Grab an extra bulletin and give to a fellow parent to talk about. Ultimately, we want to offer you something meaningful, something valuable, and something that actually works so that you can more intentionally shape the culture that's brewing in your home life. And in return, that faith that's shared by your family will bless the parish because of the love of Christ that you're pouring back into the culture of our community and the world. We look forward to seeing you again here soon.